Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins and tonight it is One Sheet Wonder Night. Tonight I am going to be using the Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper. This paper pack is part of my Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit for July. Club members will receive the download project sheet for tonight's One Sheet Wonder cards along with the pattern for the One Sheet Wonder in my photo gallery on my blog. If you would like to know more about my Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit, under the video it says more. Click on that and there's a link to the blog post that talks about this month's Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit. So hello, yay, finally catching you live. If you can give me a thumbs up or yes, I can hear you, because it's telling me I got problems with my volume. So I would appreciate that if you can say yes, I can hear you fine, or no, it's very soft, whatever you got to tell me. Let's see. I will switch the camera so we can see what's happening here. I see hearts, so I'm thinking that is a sign that you can hear me. Sounds perfect. Thank you so much, Anne. I appreciate that. Let's change the camera. All right, so club members will receive the full 12 by 12 pack of the gorgeous Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper. I love bright colors and I love all the colors in the prints. They are gorgeous. This is the print that I'm going to be using tonight. But I also want to show you this print right here. The coordinating bundle has some dies that will coordinate to cut out these and this right here. But if you want the ones that have like the mint leaves or the lemons, orange slices, you will hand cut them. So you can either hand cut them out or you can use the coordinating dies for like those cups there. Also the same with the little ones, you're going to want to hand cut those out, but so fun papers. Club members do not need to purchase the Cheers and Sips bundle, but if they want their sentiments to be identical to mine, if they're going to want to create the bonus cards. Now, club members receive, I think there's 11 or 12 bonus cards this month in the photo gallery on my blog. Those are strictly for club members, so they can use anything in the suite. They're going to find a card in those bonus files that's going to use the entire suite. So there's lots of products in this suite. There's a couple embossing folders, the holographic resin dots. Now club members will get the full pack of those. Again, if they can use any sentiment stamps that they want, but if they want their cards to be identical or they're going to want to use the bonus cards, they're going to want the bundle. You want a sneak peek of the club cards? I have them here on my desk because I did the video today for those. So let me grab. I always do a quick and easy card to start off for the club. Gorgeous cards. They're just a little quick, easy cards just to kind of warm them up. This is the other card that they're going. I finally caught you live. Perfect. Thank you. This is the second card in the bundle, and this is a book binding easel card. So, but it's a diagonal, so it opens, book binding like that, and then it sits like that. Now, club members will make 2 of each card, so they have a total of 8 cards in their kit. They're going to make 2 of all these that I'm showing you, and then they have bonus PDF files. They got my Thursday night, either Fun Fold or One Sheet Wonder. So this one is a Z fold, but then it's a flip up. So they're kind of cool. They'll do 2 of those. And then the final card is another flip up. So it flips up this way and bottom flips out, and then it opens up like this. So just some cool fun fold cards. And then that quick and easy simple card, which is gorgeous. It works with every print in the pack. So if you want to make a pile in no time, this is the card to go to for that. So that's just a little sneak peek of what my club members are getting. Now, After I hand cut all those beautiful little glasses with beautiful drink colors, teas or whatever you want to call these, I put them in a clear case just so for safekeeping, and I know exactly where they're at. They're not going to get crumpled, messed up, but I like to do that, and then I put that with my suite of products so that I always have them on hand. So this is the print that we're using tonight. I will tell you, I'm on my third, yes, I said third pack of this beautiful paper. I love it. Love it, love it. I love those colors. So we're going to put this in at 5.5 by 12. And then we're going to take this and we're going to cut this at 3.25 by 4.75. All right, and then we're going to take the next strip, and that's going to be at 3.25 by 2.75. 2.75. I forgot to tell you, we're going to make 3 cards tonight. 2 fun fold cards, and then 1, let's see, which way did I have this going? And then 1 really just quick and easy card that was with the leftover strip. Did I cut that right? In the right direction? I believe so. My print is going different than what I had planned, but that's all right. We'll just go with it. Okay, so this one is going to be 3.25. And then 3.75. 3.75. And then this should be 1.75. Perfect. And then this is my final strip. And I'm going to leave this one towards the end because I'm not sure. It didn't come out according to my measurements, and I'm thinking I cut this in the wrong direction. I did. That last time I did. I cut it in the wrong direction. Because I got to talking and I forgot what I was doing. I turned my paper and I shouldn't have turned it that way. All right. We'll see what we come up with. All right, so we're going to go back to this piece that is 5.5 by 12. And we're going to start by scoring it at 4 and 8. Sometimes I got to watch what I'm doing and quit my yapping. 4 and then at 8. All right. Then I'm going to put it in at 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to score that. I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to put my cutting blade at 2 inches. So I'm looking at the line on the side here and lining it up at 2 inches. And I'm going to cut down to 10 inches. You probably can't see that, but I'm lined up at the 10 inches. I'm going to pick that up. Make sure that that cut. I'm going to line that up again at 3/4 of an inch and score that whole side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my cutter in at 10 inches. And I'm going to go up to 2 here. And then I am going to turn this and I'm going to line it up at 2 inches. And I'm going to score down to that 3/4 of an inch from the top and the bottom. I'm going to line that up at 10. And I'm going to score down to that 3/4 of an inch. And go from the bottom up to 3/4 of an inch. And that is all the cutting and scoring I'm going to do for that piece. Now the folding of this is a bit tricky, but you can rewind and fast forward when we're done so you get the right measurements. So I'm going to start on the left here and I'm going to fold that back on that 4-inch score line. And I'm going to reinforce All right, and then I am going to fold this way on that 4-inch score line. So far, so good. Okay, so I'm going to open it up, and I kind of got like a Z fold going here. Now I'm going to take this score line here, and we're going to fold it back, and then that one forward. And we're going to do that on the bottom too. So that's at that 2-inch. We're going to fold it back. So it's kind of like that. And then this one, it's folded back right now, but we're going to fold it to the front and across. I'll measure that up there a little bit. And we're going to do the same with the bottom. We're going to push that the opposite way that it is right now and fold that. So you got like this. And then when you fold it all up, all right, so see how that goes? And it will fit into a regular envelope. Just lost my screen here. There we go. But just a cool, fun fold. And you could use either side, whichever side you like better, but I am going to be using this side here. So I'm going to got 3 pieces of Blackberry Bliss, and these are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square, and we're going to put one on each of those kind of panels going across here like that. And then I got 3 white, 3.5 by 3.5. And now we're just going to decorate it up. So the hardest part, I would say, would be the folding of that, but really quick and easy. So I'm going to start with the front. Before I attach it to the cardstock, I'm going to stamp, just in case I need to flip that over. But I'm going to take the cheers, and I'm going to stamp that up in the corner there. In this middle section, I'm going to stamp It's Your Day. Now I'm using all the stamps from the Cheers and Sips coordinating bundle. And let's see if I can stamp this straight. It's Your Day. And then the final one is where you're going to write your sentiment and all that good stuff. We're going to say, let's celebrate. All right. So this all looked pretty good. Now the front, I'm going to use some of my die cut pieces. Not die cut, but I hand cut. Let those dry up a little bit. Looks like I put my finger in the ink. Luckily we'll be covering that up. But I hand cut a couple out, and we're going to just put them on there like that. I'm going to pop them up because they are on the front of the card, so I think I can do that all right without too much bulkiness. So I'm going to start with this one. There. I just love these summertime little drink options here. Little cherry limeade, or that to me looks like a lavender type drink. Where is my adhesive? Oh. So we're going to attach this now to our Blackberry Bliss, and then we're going to put that on the front. Bring this back in. This is our front. So I'm going to kind of center that between those top score line and the bottom score line, and then the score line that goes along the edge here. All right. We'll add our bling at the end. So this is going to be the centerpiece. So I can go ahead and attach that. All right, and bring that back in here. We're going to center that top, bottom, sides. I can come over just a hair. It's going to stay where it is. Then I got some more of those cute little drinks. And we're going to put those on there. And this time we're going to stick them right down because we don't want to pop them up. We got 3 tri-fold kind of thing going on here, and it's just best if we stick it flat. So you can use your liquid glue, which for these little end pieces, because you want it kind of attached really well so you don't pick up any. And I'm going to kind of off, not line them up, kind of go off like that. So let's put them on. Isn't that cute? Love it. And then this is my inside sentiment for writing on, signing your name, jot down a little note, whatever you want to put on there. And I got a little ink smudge there, so I got one more little glass. We're going to put that right there, cover that up. You never know that it was smudged. Just like that. So this card might look technical, but it is pretty quick and easy. I mean, probably the longest part was cutting out all the little glasses. See? Ain't that cool? And then I have those holographic resin dots. Now, I love these dots because you can color them with any of the blends beautifully. Let's see, where do I want to put? That's always the question. It's like, where do I want to put the dots? But I gotta have some bling. Isn't that cool? That summertime, birthday. It could be a wedding. Love it. So pretty. All right, so that was card number 1. Card number 2. It's going to be interesting since I cut the cardstock wrong. We will see what we're going to come up with. All right, so my base, well, not my base, but the fun fold of this card is 5 by 10.5. And then we're going to score this at 3.5. And then at 7. All right, and then I'm going to leave that in there. I'm not going to bring it out. And I'm going to cut it down to 3 inches. Oh, my cutting blade is coming out. There we go. So I'm going to cut from the top down to 3 inches. All right. I'm going to put it back at 3.5. That was where we scored it the first time. And this one I'm going to cut down to 2 inches. And then I'm going to put it in. I am going to line this up at 3.5. And that should be, wait a minute. I need to come down 2 inches, so 3, I want that at 3, and that should come out at 2. Cut to that score line. A little bit more. There we go. And then for this one down here on the bottom, I want to line that one up at There's my cut. Did it not even cut? I don't think it even cut. So I'm going to put it in at 7 again. And that's the one I cut down to 3. I don't know why it didn't cut. And now we're going to line that up at 3. And cut. And I cut the wrong, oh no I didn't. Thought I cut the wrong section off. I should have went just a little bit further. There we go. Nice. So we got kind of weird looking shape, but it's going to make sense here in a minute. All right, I think that's all my cutting. So I'm going to fold on those score lines. And if this one makes this one bunch up a little bit, we're just going to trim a little bit excess off that edge. Just a hair. And that will make it fold a little bit nicer. So we're going to fold that in. And then we're going to fold this one over. I know it's kind of hard to see because of that Blackberry Bliss. All right, and then let me get my papers here. This piece is going to go in here, and I have to decide which way I want my pieces to go. Let's see, and then this, and this, and this. Fold that in like that. Here's my other one I was looking for. Okay, so I think I might go like that. I want to stagger, you know, flip the colors. Or I could do this, because this is where I cut this one wrong. It should have been the other way. So we might have to improvise here. I turned my cardstock the wrong way when I cut that last bit. So let me see, let me think, how am I going to do this? I can cut it this way. I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's going to be like this. So we're going to start assembling. So if all else fails, you just kind of wing it. All right, so that's going to go in there. So that means I want a stripe here. And I want a flower here. And this is going to go inside. So I need to cut this piece down to 2 3/4. And this is actually my card that opens up. This is my card piece. And this is 3 by 8 scored at 4. Now, that is going to go in here. So I'm thinking now maybe I want this like that and then that like that. Yep. All right, so on the front flap, we're going to put the stripe. like that. And then for this one, we're going to put the flower up. Oh, make sure I'm going in the right direction. If you have paper that is non-directional, that would be nice. I'm going to give this a little bit better crease to try to keep it flat. And I have my white for the inside. Okay, that's going to be on here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. And I kind of want it a little bit down from the top like that. So it opens like this. This flaps over, this flaps over. So now, I think for these two, if possible, yep, I'm going to put the flowers showing. So, things have changed a little bit, but I think it's going to work out. All right, so then this is going to come here. Cute, but then we're not done. I need a card base. So we're going to do the bubble bath on the Blackberry Bliss like so. And that's going to give it a little bit beefy background. So we're going to attach the bubble bath to the Blackberry Bliss, and then we'll attach our center card. Lots of flip ups on this one as well. Flip up, flip out, flip out, flip up, I guess you would say. And we're going to attach that. So, yep, flip out, flip up. Now to decorate the front. I don't have the card done, so I'm kind of winging it. But I thought I would use these Stylish Shapes dies, these pennants. Sounded good to me. And we'll do cheers on this one. And I think I'm going to put that on the front. And then inside we will do Let's Celebrate. And then we'll finish it off with It's Your Day. And then you know how I like to add a little strip behind my, it's just something I like to do with these banner dies. So we're going to add that little strip. We're going to pop it up on the front. So the front is going to be cheers. We'll put that, whoops. We'll put that right here on this bottom panel. And then we'll cut these ends. And then I'll come in with these holographic resin dots. It's kind of a mouthful. We'll put one there. And let's see. Maybe I'll put one there and then I'll put one off the side. Looks pretty good. Now it will lay flatter if it's been in an envelope because it would be packed down a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing in this section here. But this time I'm going to put it completely flat, no popping up because we're getting thick here. Just trim those little ends. You can make them as long or as short as you like. So that folds up there, and then we got one more we can do on here. And I'm going to put a strip on that one too. And before I put it on, I'm going to trim them down. Perfect. So if you wanted to, because I didn't do any of these, if you wanted to add a little something to it, you could always put something like that. It's kind of cute. This is from the bottom of the paper, so don't throw away the bottoms, the sides, because you can always use those. Maybe put the cutoff one on that side. I kind of like these purple ones. Kind of matches the printed paper. So what do you think? Should I put the glasses on or no? Let me know. You let me know what you think. And I'm going to set that aside. We'll finish that later. We're going to do the next card now because I really don't know how that one's going to turn out. So I don't want to cut any more of my cardstock yet until I figure out what we're going to do here. Because my print, I cut that the wrong way. All right, so my card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to fold that in half. All right, and here's what my leftover piece was. So I could do it this way. Totally different than what I was thinking I was going to do. But I like it. And then what do I got left? I got this strip left. So that's pretty good. I think that's the only little strip I got left, and I'm going to put that in the inside of that card I just did. So we're good. Now, I think I might cut a strip, though, and put the pink top and bottom. This is for the inside. So what I could do, too, is I could cut. Maybe I'll do that. Shorten this up. Put some of that on that for the inside. All right. That's what I think I'm going to do. So let's see, how long a strip do I want in my inside border? I could go 3/4 of an inch, and that is going to leave me with about a 2.5. Or I could do 1 inch, and that's going to leave me with 2 1/4. And that works out good for my pink I got cut. So let's do that. We're going to cut this at 1 inch. And then I'm going to cut it down to 5 1/4 because that's going to go on the inside to decorate the inside. This is going to go on the outside. Perfect. Ha! Look at that. Turned out probably better than I would have planned the first time. So, hey, mistakes sometimes are a good thing. So we're gonna add that. Look at that. Now I can center this. I can put it towards the top. What should I do? I'm going to, well, let's see. Here's my bag of leftover die cut pieces. I could put that at the bottom like that, which I like. I think I want, my sentiments are so tiny, I think I want the little chunky fat ones that I used on that other card. Here's one. Are you like me and keep all your extra die cut pieces that you've die cut. There's the ones I want. Look at, I even have one stamped. Keep that little stash handy. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this, this, and then we'll use some bubble bath or maybe a little strip of the paper behind. Is that all the paper I got left? I think it is. I think it is. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's stick this on. That looks good. I think I'm going to put cheers on that. Ah, here. I had that leftover strip. Perfect. That will be perfect. This is working out better than I thought. All right, so put that on there. I'm going to put that green up. This is the extra strip that I cut off. We're going to put that down there. I'm going to pop that up. It's going to be cute. Perfect use of that leftover strip. Put that down there. This is going to go on the inside. Across the bottom. Just like that. Center that. Cute inside and out. Use those gems again on my banner here. Cute. Okay, so back to this one. What would you do if you don't use the glasses? If I don't use the glasses, I'm probably just going to put in another sentiment piece and see if I put it here, since this is going to come over the top and then this, you're not going to see that. So there, cheers, let's celebrate, it's your day. And then this little strip here, we're going to cut that down. This is going to be my waist. Not bad. You can cut it down smaller if you want, or you can leave it as wide as it is. So let's see. I might chop it down. What is it? It's 3/4 of an inch. No, it's 1 inch. So I'm gonna cut it down to 3/4 of an inch because that's kind of a little space. So I have a little bit of waist, not much, and then I need to cut it down this way. Looks like I gotta cut it down to 2 3/4 maybe. No, I'm gonna try 3. Nope, I probably was right with 2 3/4. Yep. So we're gonna put that on the inside, and I could put the green up, but since I already put the adhesive on that side, I will put that up. So you still have a place to either stamp or write something. And then what do we want? What would you do if you don't use the glasses? So I guess I'm not going to use the glasses. So nobody told me to use, oh yeah, it did. 1 set glasses. The only thing, as I forgot about, if I use the glass, I got to make sure it's down far enough that it's not going to show on the front. So I think I'm not going to. I could use the half a glass, because then it would be down farther. But then my banner wouldn't work. Decisions, decisions. I think I'm going to just stick with clean and simple. and do that. See how many options you have? So plenty. Do I want it down further or up? Because this is the side that comes over. I think up a little bit like that. I think that's good. You could probably even put a sentiment up there so you could see it from the front when it was closed up. There's so many options. I'm just giving you some suggestions. You take it and do with what you will. But that's pretty good for goofing up. I still only have that little bit left. So there's your 3 cards. I like them. From that 112 by 12 piece. So you got this fun fold. Look at that. Ooh, like magic. And then you got this fun fold. Flip, flip, up. If you really wanted a lot, like you had a lot, you could make this into a regular card base. And then you would have this open, this open, this open, and then your card would open. That's a lot of opening. So maybe if you could put a gift card someplace in there. I'm sure I could do it where there was a gift card. And then we have our leftover pieces that worked out so pretty. No banner, just the glass. I could have done that. Could have done that. That would work. I wouldn't want that little there. If you put it down further, it would work. Lots of options. Choice is yours. I could have picked a different glass, a smaller glass, but for not knowing what I was going to do, they turned out pretty good. I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked. But again, you'll find all the supplies that I used under the video. It says show more or more. Click on that. There's a list of all the supplies that I used, as well as if you would like to know more about my StampCamp at Home Card Club. I would love to have you join my club. It is a fun club. We have lots of good ideas and fun folds every month. There's bonus PDF files. There's one sheet wonders. And then you got your kit and all the supplies that come with that. I think it's an awesome club kit value. I know there's some of the ladies that are in my club on tonight. So thank you for watching. And your kit will be going out next week. I have been cutting and doing the video and all that good stuff. So that is it for tonight. If you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell in the upper right-hand corner so you know when I go live. That is it for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate that. Take a gander, fast forward, rewind, give these cards a try. That's it for tonight. Thanks for stopping.